An Instagram model who has been linked to numerous celebrities nearly died from AIDS after going untested for almost a decade.
Wow.
You see, because of the introduction of Truvada, aka Prep Pill, and cocktails like ART, many men have forgotten or tend to ignore the dangers of sleeping with women that have been preordained for the streets. Worst of all, some men will sleep with these women raw dog with a side of salmonella. Now excuse me while I get off my high horse, because it would be a blatant lie to say that Lord Destro has never flew free on a woman that wasn't thoroughly vetted, but this topic must be discussed. A mercenary with chronic itchy crotch is no good to the dark army of Cobra. I really don't think we fully comprehend how many bodies some of these Instagram models have under their belt, or the amount of dirty syringes they shared with street deplorables. Not to mention the modern trend of fluid sexuality by both genders. In other words, men that switch their batting stance from left to right every time they're up for bat. Atlanta, feel free to hold that L. Another key factor is that a lot of women are simply not getting tested for sexually transmitted diseases. A new study shows that women are afraid to talk to their doctors about their sexual activities and aren't asking for tests. The Instagram model Gena Tew says that she was unaware that she contracted the monster because she didn't get tested in almost a decade.
An Instagram model who has been linked to numerous celebrities nearly died from AIDS after going untested for almost a decade, according to her recent TikTok confession. Gena Tew, who has been linked in the past with the likes of Nick Cannon, Chris Brown, and Cheif Keef, spoke about her experiences in a video posted on Monday, telling her followers that she doesn't know when or how she contracted HIV, which led to her condition. She noted her doctor said it had to have been in her system for at least 8 to 10 years. In a video shared to TikTok, Gena also exhibited photos from an October 2015 outing with Nick Cannon captured by paparazzi.
She's cute.
Listen, get away from me, boy.
Hey, nigga, baby. Hey, Nick. Fresh boy. What's up?
A question, why does Mariah Carey need to, not marry her new boyfriend?
What's your budget?
Is she being honest? Well, we don't know. Maybe she said this to protect herself, because in some states, if you knowingly sleep with someone while having the monster, you can face time in jail. You'd be surprised how many women don't get themselves checked out because they fear the information that might be uncovered. Now remember, this was an Industry 304, which means she was passed around like the collection plate at Sunday service. If one of these celebrities caught the monster, then every dude in her DMs would be at risk. The Instagram model has been linked to Chris Brown, Nick Cannon, Cheif Keef, etc.
The popular TikToker did hesitantly admit that she had been raped several times when she was homeless and living in New York City, and hinted at that being the likely cause of her infection.
Gena Tew explains that when she was homeless in New York City, she was sexually assaulted multiple times. Now, if we translate that sentence into facts and logic, she means that she was a night walker / escort and was paid for bedtime fun. And sometimes her Johns didn't want to pay, and therefore she was assaulted.
The heavily inked IG model added that she had also received several free tattoos, with the blood-borne illness known for being spread through needles.
Secondly, she also admits to getting free tattoos. Now, if we translate that, this means that she got free tattoos with most likely unsanitary needles. So when men as a group designate a woman for the streets, we must also assume that her past could mimic that of Gena. I know many men, and I'm sure you do too, that would sleep unprotected with Brittany Renner or Karen Steffens. This is what Lord Destro considers thirsty. It's probably a sick thought, but I'm starting to believe that porn stars are safer than the average girl on the streets because they are forced to get tested regularly. Truth is, diseases like the monster actually kept us in check and made most of us make better choices when it came to bedtime fun. Let me drop one red pill on you that most men that have had many sexual encounters with women will agree with. Although the media loves to talk about practices like stealthing, where a man attempts to remove a condom without the woman knowing, this same media never talks about the women that do this as well. Hear me out. Many women, after 1 or 2 big O's, will either ask you to remove the condom or secretly remove it themselves. Don't be fooled. Women love to fly free just as much as men do. And when caught, they say things like, latex is irritating my skin, the condom is making it hard for me to get wet, or simply it feels better. Don't fall into these sticky traps, my comrade. My last point is, we need to initiate sex testing protocols with the women we date. What do I mean? Let's say you have had protected bedtime fun with a woman and everything goes according to plan. The next conversation, you should ask her if you can both get tested and provide the results. In my experience, most women were okay with it and actually trusted me more at that point, which is good because it made my job of mental manipulation much easier. Now, the only ones that had a problem with this protocol were the city girl type women that Lord Destro should have not been sleeping with in the first place. I would also advise that every man get his hands on a few PrEP pills by any means necessary, and keep them available just in case you're compelled to risk your life on some Stefan/Renner Pum Pum. We are all capable of weakness, especially when she is ranked at 8.5 or higher.
Long live the army of Cobra.
But wait a minute, you didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, the Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So evil, Lord Destro has spoken.